Hi you guys, this is Jaden here. I just got done recording this video, but then the video couldn't save well enough on my laptop and the file was not supported. So here I am re-recording it again. Oh well. But yeah, anyway guys, this video will be yet another backstory video for the channel, but unlike most of the backstory videos I've done where, I share the backstories of how I got into series from my childhood like Dragon Ball, Sonic Adventure Time, Cat Dog, The Amazing World of Gumball, this will be a backstory video explaining how I met one of my YouTube friends who is none other than the Return of the Fossa. Yep, the Return of the Fossa. Yeah, me and him have known each other for months now. We've been really good YouTube friends with each other for months now. And in this video, I will explain to you guys how this whole friendship started. How me and him met each other, how we know each other like we do now, and how stuff, how well this friendship is going and all that stuff. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm just gonna start the backstory right now. So yeah, here's the backstory. Okay, so it all started back in March of 2022. Yep, all started way back in March of this year. It was I was on a Friday night, and it was the first Friday after I got out part 33 of my Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 Movie Spoof project, or as the Return of the Fossil likes to call it, my Shadow 2 Shrek 2 style project. But yeah, it was that Friday night, and I got back on to doing live streams for my videos again, and I started doing live streams for this channel, and yeah, so yeah, I was live streaming Board Game Island off of Wii Party, and yeah, I enjoyed live streaming that video game. And then later that night, I was on YouTube, and I think if I remember correctly, I searched up Woody Shrek on the search tab, and as I was scrolling through the video results, I saw there being videos from the Return of the Fossil's project, which was at the time a pretty recent project too, and it was his Woody Shrek style project. Yep, it was his style film for Shrek 1, for the very first Shrek movie. I decided to give it a watch, and one of the first parts I saw from it was one of the first parts I went on to from it was part 3 of the project. And I gotta say, like, as soon as I heard him act out the dialogue for Woody and Sonic, I smiled pretty hard. I started chuckling, I started laughing pretty hard at it, and yeah, it gave me some good laughs. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny. I was laughing pretty hard at his dialogue between Woody and Sonic. Yeah, I really enjoy the Return of the Foss's acting in his videos. I think it's really enjoyable to listen to, and I think it can be pretty funny. I love the Return of the Foss's acting in his videos, like how he loves my acting in my videos. Yeah, I really like his acting in his videos, and I do really enjoy his acting in his Woody Shrek style series, and I do like how, for the most part, he was, acting out the dialogue himself instead of just taking dialogue from the movie and having characters, and having the characters of his Woody Shrek style cast say the dialogue that these characters have in the movie. Like, now granted, there were certain parts where he did do that, but still there were a lot more parts where he acted out the dialogue himself, and there were even some parts where he added in dialogue, like I added in certain type of dialogue that you wouldn't hear in the Shrek movies themselves, like how he threw in those jokes about the mayor from Claudia with a chance of meatballs being fat and eating too much McDonald's, which is still hilarious to me to this day. But yeah, I found that Woody Shrek style series from the Return of the Fossa, and yeah, as I was enjoying that Woody Shrek style project from the Return of the Fossa, I did check up on his channel for his most recent content, and I saw that Woody Shrek style project of his was recently completed, and I realized that I noticed that he didn't do Woody 2 yet. That he hasn't spoofed Woody 2 yet. He hasn't spoofed Shrek 2 yet. So I decided to ask him on his latest part of Woody 1 in the comment section, asking him if he was going to do Woody 2. Yeah, and then after that, and then later that night, I put my phone away and went to sleep. Then the next morning, I woke up the next morning, did a short live stream on one of my Mario and Sonic games, and then we left our home, and I went out on this nice hotel trip that I told you guys about with my father and my older brother Jacob and my little sister Josie. Yeah, we all went out on this nice hotel trip that I told you guys about. Again, I'm not going to say where this hotel is at or what type of hotel it is, so please don't ask me. But still, we went out on this hotel trip. Yeah, I noticed that while we were out on this hotel trip, the Return of the Fossa replied back to that question I asked him on the night before we went out on this hotel trip about Woody 2, and he replied back to me saying that he'll do Woody 2. And yeah, if I remember correctly, on our way back home from this hotel trip, he actually started getting parts out of his Woody 2 project, which was cool news. Yeah, and then we got back from that hotel trip, which was a really good trip, by the way. That's a nice memory from this year, in my opinion. But yeah, we got back from that hotel trip, and the Return to Fossa was continuing to work on his Woody 2 project, and I was continuing to live stream Wii Party, and like I said before, I wanted to live stream all five of the main games on Wii Party, like all five main games on Wii Party, and give those 5 games each their own live stream. And I had already done that with Board Game Island. So yeah, then I did that with Globetrot, and then after that I did that with Swap Meet, which was accidentally a privated stream as I was doing it, so my bad on that one. And then I live streamed Spinoff, and yeah, that was the live stream. Yep, and that was the first live stream that had me and the Return to Fossa having a conversation with each other, because on that live stream I took a break from the game for a sec. Like, I took a break from the game for at least a minute, and I told the Return to Fossa about my live stream, and replied back to him on one of the comments he posted to me. I told him about the live stream, and so yeah, he saw that comment, came onto my channel, gave me a subscriber, and he's been subscribed to me since he hit that subscribe button. And then he went on that Wii Party spin-off live stream, and he was talking to me for a bit off of that Wii Party spin-off live stream. And then I was asking him some questions about certain things, like which Shrek movie he prefers more between Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, and which casting choice he likes more between Woody as Shrek and Sonic as Donkey. And yeah, it was nice and fun. He was talking to me for a bit, but then he left the stream, and then by the way, if I remember correctly, he was the only person who was talking to me on that who was talking to me in the chat on that live stream too. Yeah, apart from him, no one else. But yeah, I finished up that spin-off live stream, and then I did a short live stream on Bingo, and then boom, that was about it for my live streaming. That night. Yeah, and then as time went on, pretty soon the Return to Fossa asked me. Yeah, the Return to Fossa finished up his Woody 2 Shrek 2 project, and then he asked me if I could review his Woody Shrek style movies, and I started reviewing his Woody Shrek style movies like so, in during spring break of that March, and yeah, it was nice. And yeah, since me and the Return to Fossa have met each other, on March, we've been really good YouTube friends since then, and we've stayed subscribed to each other, and yeah, we've been really good YouTube friends with each other, and yeah, we've been enjoying talking to each other and all that. And yeah, we've been really good friends. I mean, sure, we have gotten into a bit of slip-ups here and there, but they're not too big of slip-ups. They're not too big of slip-ups that destroy our friendship or anything like that, and they're definitely not as big of slip-ups as, like, let's say my slip-ups with Vanilla Rabbit Lover 2001 Productions Revival. Yeah. But my slip-ups with that guy are done, and yeah, now we're being good YouTube friends, and it's been a while since we've gotten into slip-ups with each other, so yeah, the whole slip-ups thing is in the past now when it comes to Vanilla Rabbit Lover 2001 Productions Revival and the Return to Fossa. And yeah, like I said before, me and the Return to Fossa have been really good YouTube friends. We've had our slip-ups, but aside from the slip-ups, there's some other differences that we have from each other, with different opinions on certain things. Like, for one, he hates certain shows that I love, like Dragon Ball, regular show, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and Naruto. And yeah, he also, in fact, speaking of regular show and Ed, Edd n Eddy, he hates Cartoon Network. Well, I love Cartoon Network, but no, he hates Cartoon Network, and he loves Nickelodeon, but he hates Cartoon Network and he thinks Nickelodeon is vastly superior. Whereas for me, I love both Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. If you prefer Nickelodeon, then that's fine, but I prefer Cartoon Network at least a bit more than Nickelodeon. But Nickelodeon's still great, though. Nickelodeon's still great, though, as a channel, but I prefer Cartoon Network. But as for the Return to Fossa, he prefers Nickelodeon a lot more, but yeah, he hates Cartoon Network. But he doesn't hate Cartoon Network as a whole, though, no. There's still some Cartoon Network shows that he loves, like Ben 10, Dexter's Laboratory, and, he also likes other shows like Sonic Boom, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Adventure Time, shows like those. And, there's some Cartoon Network shows that he just thinks are alright, like The Amazing World of Gumball, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Codename Kids Next Door, The Looney Tunes Show, shows like those. Now, me personally, I do think that those shows are some of the best shows of Cartoon Network in my opinion. But still, though, it's the Return to Foss's opinion, and it's his opinion, and plus, it's not like he thinks any of those shows are bad. No, I mean, sure, he might not love those shows, but he doesn't hate them either. He just thinks they're all right. He thinks they're okay. They're okay shows that he wouldn't care to get DVDs of. But like if he sees them on TV, then they're fine shows that he can watch for a bit. And yeah, like I said before, we have different opinions. Although yeah, he hates regular show and Ed, Edd n Eddy, and yeah, and some other Cartoon Network shows like Chowder, Teen Titans, both the original and Go, and Generator Rex, and other shows like those, and yeah, but no other Cartoon Network TV shows does he hate as much as regular show or Ed, Edd n Eddy, as he put them as the top two entries on his top 8 Cartoon Network shows he hates list. And yeah, for me personally, I might say that those are my two favorite shows from Cartoon Network. But still, it's the Return of the Foster's opinion. He can do what he wants with his opinion. And if he doesn't like regular show or Ed, Edd n Eddy, then it's okay. It's fine. There's still a bunch of shows that both me and him like. And in fact, like a few months ago, I did actually do a list that lists out 12 of the main shows that both me and him like. If you guys want to go see that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And yeah, there's some and apart from shows, we also both love. There's also some movies that me and him both love, like Shrek and Toy Story. We also both like Monster House. We also both enjoy Monster House, Monsters Inc. And he really loves Home Alone. I like Home Alone. I enjoy Home Alone. I saw it last Christmas. I saw it last Christmas. I think I saw a bit of it on TV years before when I was little. But yeah, I saw it last Christmas with my father on Christmas morning before we opened up Christmas presents. And yeah, it was a really good film. I can see why people love it so much. Yeah, and another show that both me and him agree on is My Little Pony. We have both agreed that we both don't like My Little Pony, and we have both agreed that My Little Pony is overrated and it is really overused in these spoof casts. And yeah, we both agree with each other on that. Yeah. Yeah, but another thing we both love are these spoof casts off of YouTube. These spoofs off of YouTube. We do really enjoy these spoofs off of YouTube, and we really enjoy talking to each other about these spoofs off of YouTube. And yeah, I've really enjoyed his style of videos from what I've seen of them. And yeah, well, I wouldn't exactly I wouldn't exactly say he's the biggest fan of my spoof videos. There's still a good chunk of stuff for him to enjoy from them. Like for example, like my Vegeta Shrek series. Yeah, he doesn't exactly like that series very much because like I said before, he hates Dragon Ball. And I remember him one time saying that he finds Vegeta 1 to be pretty boring. And yeah, like I said before, he doesn't like Dragon Ball. Although to be honest with you guys, he didn't really seem to know much about it when I first met him. Like I remember when I first met him. He was having a hard time trying to recognize who Goku and Vegeta were, and who Bulma was, and apparently having a hard time trying to recognize what show they were from too, despite the fact that Dragon Ball is one of the most influential animes out there. But yeah, it seemed like he went from not knowing much about Dragon Ball to straight up hating it. And yeah, he straight up hates Dragon Ball. And yeah, but I love Dragon Ball, but it's fine though. It's fine though. Again, we have different opinions. We're still really good YouTube friends, and there's still a bunch of stuff that both me and him really like. And yeah, but yeah, anyway, he doesn't like my Vegeta Shrek series too much because of all the Dragon Ball stuff in it. But he does like my Vegeta 2 project more than my Vegeta 1 project. But even though he doesn't think he wouldn't consider the whole Vegeta 2 movie to be interesting. But no, there's still some stuff for him to enjoy from my Vegeta 2 project. Like for example, he really likes the stuff I did with the casting choices for Human Shrek, Stallion Donkey, and Puss in Boots. How I've had Shadow the Hedgehog from Sonic be Human Shrek, Sonic be Stallion Donkey, and Knuckles the Echidna be Puss in Boots. And he really likes those casting choices, and along with the added dialogue I did between the three characters, like that one scene I did to replace the Getting Shrek New Clothes scene where I had Sonic say he wants to go get something to eat, but I had Shadow and Knuckles disagree with him and think that they should go out and find Princess Bubblegum first for Shadow to talk to him before they could go get something to eat. And yeah, they convinced Sonic that they should go find Princess Bubblegum before they go get something to eat. Yeah, he really loves that scene from my Vegeta 2, and yeah, he definitely, I bet he definitely considers it to be among his favorite moments from my Vegeta Shrek series, and possibly among his favorite moments from my videos that he's ever seen ever. Yeah, and another added dialogue part that he really likes from my Shrek 2 project is the part where, that added scene I put in where Shadow and Knuckles poke blame at Sonic for blowing their cover and getting them arrested. Yeah, he really likes, like I said before, he really enjoys my acting in my videos. Like, he really enjoys the acting in my videos, like how I enjoy the acting in his videos. And yeah, he likes the acting in my videos, even if the acting is in a skit that has to do with Dragon Ball. He still really likes the acting in my videos, and he thinks I'm a pretty funny actor. And I appreciate him for that. He thinks I'm a pretty funny actor, like how I think he's a pretty funny actor. But yeah, there's some stuff for him to enjoy from my Vegeta Shrek series, despite the fact that it's highly focused on Dragon Ball. There's still a good chunk of stuff for him to enjoy from it. And plus, yeah, he does have his own version of my Shrek 2 movie, whereas it starts at part 23, the part that covers the part where we're introduced to the Sonic and Shadow transformation, and those three girls from that one episode of King of the Hill, to the part to that it goes all the way from there to that How It Should Have Ended parody he made on my Shrek 2 project titled How Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 Style Should Have How Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 Style Should Have Ended, which is another video I'll leave a link to in the description below, along with the Return of the Fossa's channel. And yeah, there'll also be a good chunk of stuff for him to enjoy from my Toy Story Jaden Pictures style updated version series too, even though that one's highly focused on Dragon Ball 2, but it won't be as much focus on Dragon Ball as my Vegeta Shrek series has, but still, it will still be highly focused on Dragon Ball. I mean, after all, you do have Vegeta, there is Vegeta as Woody in it. And yeah, like I said before, guys, since me and the Return of the Fossa have met each other on March, we've been really good YouTube friends, and we've really enjoyed talking to each other. Like, we've been talking to each other a lot on streams, too. But, like, they're mostly my live streams, since, I live stream on my channel a lot more than the Return of the Fossa does. In fact, the last time I saw the Return of the Fossa live stream on his channel was last April, so... Yeah, I don't know if he would ever want to do live streams off of his channel again, but still, like, if he doesn't want to do live streams anymore, then it's fine. It's up to him. If you don't want to live stream on your channel anymore, then that's fine. You can do whatever you want with your channel. But for me, yeah, I still want to continue my live streams, and I've been live streaming my channel a lot this year. And yeah, the Return of the Fossa really, it seems like the Return of the Fossa really enjoys coming onto my streams to talk to me. Like, it seems like he'll come onto my streams to talk to me, like, pretty much any chance he'll get, to talk to me. And yeah, there have been many times on my live streams where, I play a Dragon Ball game, but yet he would still come onto the live stream and talk to me despite the fact that he hates Dragon Ball. But yeah, even though he hates Dragon Ball, he'll still come on to my Dragon Ball live stream to talk to me. Not because he's there for Dragon Ball, not because he's a hypocrite or anything like that, but just so he can talk to me and have a nice conversation with me. Yeah, and I also remember him doing that one time. Doing it one time, I did that over 9-hour long Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution 2 live stream, which was a live stream that was all about Naruto. And yeah, all of you guys know he doesn't like Naruto either, for like pretty much the same reasons why he doesn't like Dragon Ball, because he's not an anime guy. Like, apart from Sonic X, he's not too much of an anime guy. Like, although he doesn't really seem to think Pokemon's all that bad, but still, like, apart from Sonic X, yeah, he's not really that much of an anime guy, so yeah, that's why he doesn't like shows like Dragon Ball or Naruto. But even if I live stream them, he'll still be willing to come on to those live streams to talk to me, so yeah, that's cool. That's cool how the Return of the Fossa is willing to come to my streams and, talk to me and have a nice conversation with me regardless of what game I'm playing. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice of him. That's a true YouTube friend. And yeah, like I said before, me and the Return of the Fossa have really enjoyed talking to each other. And yeah, we have also both really enjoyed bringing each other up in our videos too. And we've also made videos that were inspired by each other's videos. Like, I noticed like some of the stuff he's done on his channel were inspired by some of the videos I've made on my channel. Like, he one time did a quote video for his Woody the Third, Shrek the Third style project, which never ended up being a full movie spoof project. It just ended up being a clip video project type of thing. And yeah, and like, one of the videos he did for his Woody the Third thing was what's this one quote video he did that was quoting the boat crash scene. And yeah, guess what video that was inspired by? It was inspired by that one video I did months ago where I quoted the boat crash scene from my Vegeta the Third, which was also like mainly just a quote, like a clip video series type of thing. But yeah, I quoted that scene from my Vegeta the Third too. The scene where Vegeta and Cabo get into an argument and cause the boat to crash. Yeah, the Return of the Fossa did that too for the scene in his Woody the Third where Woody and Chris Thorndike from Sonic X get into an argument that causes the boat to crash. Yeah, and by the way, I gave him the idea to have Chris Thorndike from Sonic X be Artie for his Woody the Third project. But yeah, that was a casting choice. I got the idea from Winnie Brown, so yeah, thanks to her for that. And boy, it looks like I just listed out some more links, some more videos for me to link out into the description below. Yeah, there will be more links. Yeah, there will be a good chunk of links in the description below. But yeah, he did that quote video as an inspiration from that quote video I did a bit before that. So yeah, that was cool. And he also did community posts that that involve him sharing the backstories of how he got into certain series like Sonic and Nickelodeon shows like Hey Arnold and Rugrats, and yeah, those community posts were inspired by my backstory videos, and yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool how we're both able to inspire each other like that. So yeah, guys, the point of this video is to let y'all know basically how the friendship between me and the Return of the Fossa has started, because I thought that this would be pretty interesting information to share to you guys. Looking at how I've brought up the Return of the Fossa a lot in my videos, and I've also made many videos to ask him questions about certain things for him to answer in the comment section. And yeah, just so you guys know, the friendship started ever since March of this year, and since then we've been really good YouTube friends, and we'll continue to be really good YouTube friends, and we'll continue to watch each other's videos, talk to each other, and all that stuff. And yeah, and also just so you guys know, this is definitely not my first time sharing this backstory ever. No, I've shared this backstory before, like on my live streams and stuff, but I never really gave this backstory its own YouTube video like I'm doing right now tonight. So yeah, I thought that would be a good idea to give this backstory its own video, even though I have talked about it before in previous videos, like on my live streams and stuff. But I thought that would be better to give it its own video, because I'm sure you guys would not want to have to go through my random live streams and just skim through a bunch of footage of me playing random games just so you could find out how the backstory about how me and the Return of the Fossa met each other and became friends and all that. So yeah, I think it would be easier on you guys to just give you guys a backstory, just give you guys this video that explains the whole backstory of how both me and him became friends. And yeah, just so you know, he didn't request me. He didn't request me to make a video primarily about this. This is just a video I felt like making. I thought that would be something good for my backstory videos. And yeah, since then, and since we met each other in March, me and the Return of the Fossa have been really good YouTube friends, and we've been enjoying talking to each other, and we've been enjoying watching each other's videos and all that stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this backstory video, you guys. Multiple links will be in the description below, like such as the Return of the Fossa's channel, and along with certain videos in the description below. And yeah, it's getting late, guys. I'm gonna end the video from here, get it uploaded, and then go to bed. So yeah, with all that being said, that's all for this backstory video, you guys. Bye everyone, and thank you all for watching this video. Good night.